If you want all the latest news of NBA 2K and also NBA in general, you should follow me on my Twitter account at PackHoopsYT. Not only that, I do giveaways all the time when it comes to VC, games, and also even consoles. So check it out, follow me, and see you there. Yeah, pasa to the Pack. It is Pack here. And in today, we actually have the build system, we have the park for NBA 2K22, and I'm going to break it all down in today's video. Before this video starts, please be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. That would help the channel out a lot, and leave a like on the video because it helps the channel out a lot as well, okay? Now, all this information is coming from Stunna Man the Great. He actually got this game really early and has been posting all this stuff on Twitter, so check him out. And let's get this video started. So first things first is the actual city itself. I have bad news for all the Next Gen fans. This is the exact same city. Now, before y'all say anything, I pulled up Next Gen City. Here is a photo of it. Here is like the little map and everything. And even though the structure is a little different, the buildings are all the exact same. Even though the Next Gen, the 2K22 version is a little bit smaller, it is still basically the exact same, right? You still have that event center in the middle, and instead of it being a circle, it's a square. You still have like Rec, Pro-Am, and all those places right there. The Beast of the East and Northside and all those like affiliations are in the same kind of locations. The only difference is, which is annoying, is that even though they made the neighborhood smaller, the city smaller, what's annoying is that they put all the courts in the corners of the map, so they're still equally far away from each other again, which was the problem. The problem was we were way too far away from others like cities. So if we wanted to go to another city or another affiliation to play, we had to go all the way out there, and it was always really far, and we wanted that to be more condensed, and they didn't do it, which is really frustrating, but that's happened, right? At the end of the day, the more important thing is that they added 24-hour stage back into the game, which is a W. I hated that Ante Up was only for like once every week. It was frustrating, and I hated the event center and how they did it. I want there to just be a place where all the competitive players go together into one place and play, and Ante Up is now going to be that place. Now, the only hope for me now is that Pro-Am is going to be fixed, because I hated this year how the records weren't working and all that stuff, and that's been super frustrating. But if that's fixed, if Ante Up is existing, you know what? I'm going to be happy because I'm going to be spending most of my time there anyways, so that's fine. Now, the build system. This is where everything is a lot more important, a lot more matters here, right? So I'm going to show you this first picture, and this is a picture that we were all being stupid about because we all didn't understand it. Let me explain to you that this is not a build we're looking at. This is the caps of a build we're looking at. So if you make your players 6'6", 180 pounds, 6'7", this is the max you can do for every single attribute category. That's all this is saying. That's not saying that this build is exactly how it is, because a 99 layup and dunk with a 93 with an 88 ball handle and 90, again, that's broken, right? Obviously, but these are the caps that you can do, right? That's all that's saying, okay? So I'm assuming this build is a either shooting guard or small forward, because you can't make power forwards 6'6". So whoever was doing this made a small forward for some reason, which is, I mean, we all should see how the power forwards are because those are the most broken builds. But it can be 88 speed, which means it'd be 92 speed eventually, which is actually pretty fast. It'd have a crazy three-point shot, crazy driving dunk, and you would have to sacrifice something, either close shot, layup, all that kind of stuff. In my opinion, this is really similar to last year in terms of builds. I don't think they addressed the problem is that you can kind of make a demigod, assuming that one of these categories aren't important, like close shot, for example, right? But let me show you the actual video of someone making a glass cleaning lockdown. So let's break this build completely down, because this is the first competitive build I've seen. So first things first, this player made a 7'2" center. So this is definitely a rec center, because there's no reason to have that center that tall in next gen, at least in park, right? So this player is making a center for specifically the rec, right? 7'2", 8-foot wingspan, max weight, right? The most interesting thing off rip is the badge count, right? 37 defensive badges. So now we know that badges are going to cap out at 40. And I did the math, right? So In every category, so shooting, finishing, playmaking, and defensive, there's 20 badges in each category now. Before, it was 21 defensive, and then it was like 16 playmaking, and then it was 21 shooting, and then it was like 14 finishing. Now it's 20 in every, so it's even now, right? Which is good. So if you were to get 40 badges in one category, you can get silver in every single badge in your category, right? Which is actually kind of crazy. Silver in every badge? It's kind of nuts, right? So this guy has 0 shooting badges, and I don't care what game mode you're playing. If you're playing 2K, especially next gen, you need to be able to shoot. So I'm telling you right now, guy, delete the build. Unless I'm super wrong about this year, you're gonna need to shoot threes. This having no shooting badges, I'm telling you right now, my guy, it's not gonna work. But still, so 11 playmaking for a center is actually a lot. And I looked at this. Look at the attributes. He only has 74 pass accuracy. That's it. And he got 11 playmaking? I'm telling you right now, if that's the case, playmaking badges are going to be like the meta. Like everyone's going to have like 30 playmaking at least. Because if you're getting 11 from 74 pass accuracy, that's dangerous, right? So it's already told me that like maybe doing like a play shot's going to be viable, right? He has 20 finishing badges, and all he put him in is close shot, standing dunk, and post control. Which is interesting, because I mean, I'm going to be putting mine in driving dunk and driving layup and standing dunk. So I should also be getting like a ton of badges as well. So that's good. Unless they changed it to where close shot gives you a lot of badges. Because remember before, close shot didn't give you like anything. That's why no one was putting close shot on. So if close shot gives you badges now, then maybe we have to run close shot. So maybe that means that like there's some attributes that you kind of have to run to get specific badges. That changes the meta a little bit. That's good. Now, obviously, this build's a defensive build, so he has like 95 interior D, 96 block, and 96 rebound, 96. I mean, that's perfect for him. That's literally amazing. His strength is maxed out. He has good stamina. His vertical's pretty, for a 7'2" center, his vertical is 62. It's pretty high for a center. I don't know if that's new or not. And then the speed is atrocious, but again, he's a rec center, so who cares? So, this build, in my opinion, isn't good. And he puts 68 free throw and got no shooting badges from that either, so that's really bad. At that point, don't even waste your time, for being real. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of his build, just straight up, but I like what we're seeing from this. I like that they've evened out the badges for all categories and playmaking, shooting, etc. And I think that the badge count has been increased, so now you get badges easier, and I like that a lot too. I think we're gonna have broken badge builds. Like this build alone has 68, and he didn't do his badges right. So I think like 80 minimum badges is gonna be the norm for sure. Like expect that. And I'm excited, man. I mean, it still might be a demigod year, like it was last year, but I don't know if all the attributes matter. Like if they all absolutely matter, then maybe that's not the case. And his speed matters. If like being a short point guard really matters, and maybe builds are gonna be very different. But until I see proof of that, I'm going to make a power forward exactly how I made last year, very evened out and a ton of badges, and I'm doing that. And I'm not going to have stamina either because I didn't have it this year and it was fine. But what do y'all think about the build system? What are you going to make? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.